Hello, beautiful. Hopefully, this audio finds you well. In last month's Safer Work audio, in the background, I made these like faux animal documentaries to put in there, but I was reading real animal documentary transcripts. So for this month, I thought it might be nice to do more of a direct reading because, I think most people enjoy hearing animal documentaries, and at the very least, the subject matter I'll be reading is so specific that if you need something to kind of, take you away from a certain headspace or a certain situation, this might be, might be a little bit nice to just kind of focus on something else, if that makes sense. At least for me, when I find myself in certain negative headspaces or feeling particularly anxious, since I'm the type of person that will just ruminate on something over and over, endlessly, usually to no real reason or solution. Having something that kind of takes me out of it is helpful, at least for me. Either way, I will be reading you the transcript for Night Creatures of the Kalahari. Let's begin. The African sunset signals the beginning of something wild. Exotic predators, expert architects, masters of camouflage, witness inhabitants of a mysterious underworld surface and take center stage, a rare glimpse of events few have ever seen. Night creatures of the Kalahari. Sorry, I know I'm like putting on this weird affectation. I can't help it. I'll try not to do it too much, but something about reading these transcripts really, it puts me in that kind of weird affectation. Anyway, there's no end to an African day. Across the grasslands of the Kalahari, a sunset merely signals a new beginning. As the earth cools in the fading light, zebras, wildebeests, and other grazing animals move on. They are relinquishing the night to a new cast of characters. Hidden in the shadows, there is a world which few have ever seen. An endless labyrinth of tunnels and burrows, home to the Kalahari's creatures of the night. The dry season is ending in central Kalahari. As winter turns to spring, warmer night air will soon be greeting the dwellers of these moonlit portals. Not all live underground. A tree gives shelter to these wide-eyed curiosity. 9 inches of lesser bush baby, a tiny primate, one of our distant relatives. Excellent eyesight, grasping hands, and an amazing agility makes him superb catchers of insects. On the ground, another creature has woken up. These are spring hares. About as big as a rabbit, the spring hare looks like a small kangaroo. It feeds on the remaining dried grasses and, if pursued, it can leap as far as 13 feet in a single bound. To the left of the bush baby is a tree mouse, one of the smaller and therefore more careful desert predators. Less timid than its neighbor, the bush baby illustrates the art of foraging. The tree mouse scrambles to the ground. Here, it will either find a meal or become one. Larger predators are now emerging. The brown hyena, a rarely seen scavenger. The hole it calls home is not its own creation. The hyena is merely a squatter in these vast underground burrows stretching out hundreds of yards. Many of Kalahari's smaller inhabitants could not survive without the protection of these ready-made shelters. In this